Hi everyone, my name is Rafael Lázaro. I am the owner of Lazaro Group. Today and for the next video, we're going to talk about a particularly interesting topic for me personally, which is how companies can avoid sexual harassment from happening in the workplace. This is a particularly important subject because we all know that sexual harassment tends to flourish in certain organizations while it doesn't in others. So what is the juice? What is the answer? Well, the answer is corporate culture. At the end of the day, if you have a corporate culture of inequity and silence, you're going to have the perfect ingredients where sexual harassment can flourish. So today I'm going to concentrate in one of the tips in terms of how to avoid sexual harassment from happening in the first place. And that tip is you have to increase the accountability of your leaders. Your leaders set the tone of your organization. If you're going to avoid sexual harassment, it has to come from the top. Your leaders need to be the examples of your organization. So how do we increase the accountability of your leaders? I'm going to give you 3 ways of doing it. Number 1, go back to your sexual harassment policy. If your sexual harassment policy should state that if a leader of your organization knew or had reason to know that sexual harassment was occurring in the workplace and that leader failed to act, that the company will take action against that leader that could include termination of employment. So that is tip number 1. Go make sure that language is included in your sexual harassment policy. Tip number 2, you gotta hit them where it hurts. You gotta make sure that your evaluation process, in your evaluation, you're looking at if leaders are behaving appropriately. And if they're not behaving appropriately, they should get a lower score, which should ultimately be reflected on the amount of money and bonuses that leader is getting. So that's tip number 2, hitting where it hurts. Evaluation process, you gotta make sure that is looking into their behavior and that is linked to their salaries and bonuses. And last but not least, you gotta absolutely investigate sexual harassment fairly. And if you do find sexual harassment in the workplace, you have to absolutely take effective action, immediate effective action, because otherwise you're sending the wrong message. So that's it for this week. Next week, I'm going to give you 3 more tips in terms of how to achieve the appropriate corporate culture where sexual harassment does not thrive. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please leave me a note. And very important, you can actually ask me to talk about an employment issue and I'll make sure to consider it. See you next time.